Good morning, class 9. Welcome back to the online session of SST, and in this session we are going to continue with our chapter, and today we are going to discuss about the onset of monsoon and its withdrawal. Okay, so if you try to remember the lesson which we have learned in the last session, okay, whatever topic we have discussed in the last session, if you try to recall all those things, it will be very easy for you all to understand this concept. Okay, so let us begin. Okay, now onset of monsoon. Now we'll understand how the monsoon comes to our country. Okay, now the monsoon winds are pulsating in nature. Now what is pulsating in nature? That means when the trade wind blows towards our country, this is the trade winds. Okay, when it comes towards our country, it carries moisture. Okay, when it carries moisture, whatever portion of wind which brings the rain, okay, that is called the monsoon. Okay, that means all the trade winds doesn't carry the rain along with it. So whichever portion of wind which carries the rain along with it, those are called the monsoon. Okay, whichever brings the rain. So there is a gap between the monsoon wind. Okay, so that is why sometimes you will find that it's raining. Okay, after 2-3 hours you will find that suddenly the rain has stopped. Again in the evening it will rain. Okay, during the rainy season it happens like that. Okay, so that is called pulsating in nature. Okay, another one is they spread over 100 to 120 days. Okay, that means between June and September. It starts from June until September it rains. Okay, after that the withdrawal starts. Okay, now let us understand another point, that is burst of the monsoon. Now what is called the burst of the monsoon? Now this is a big time when the normal rains converts into the continuous rain. Okay, now normally the rainfall does not increase in the starting phase of the monsoon. It does not suddenly rain too much. Okay, it slowly starts. Okay, and when the time comes when it suddenly increases and becomes continuous, that time it is called the burst of monsoon. Okay, there will be the time when the rainfall is continuous throughout the day. Okay, day and night. So at that time you can say that the monsoon is at its burst. Okay, that is called the burst of monsoon, and it will continue for several days. Okay, now let us see how the monsoon arrives in India. Okay, by the first week of the June, the monsoon arrives at the southern tip of our country. Now by the first week of June, you will find that they have already arrived at the southern tip of our countries. Now these areas will start receiving the rainfall. Okay, after it arrives, it get diverted into two branches. Now you know that why it get diverted, I will tell you. Okay, now when it reaches the coastal areas of the southern tip of our country, that time it collides with the western Ghat. At that time it splits into two parts. That means it get divided into two parts. Okay, the first part will goes towards the north, and another part passes towards the Bay of Bengal. Okay, and some portion they crosses this Ghat, and then it gives the rain in the nearby areas. Okay, now when it gets diverged, okay, this side and this side, that time some of the wind which goes towards the Bay of Bengal will further continues to move upward. Okay, now firstly let us understand about the western side. Now we know that on the western side you will find there is a Arabian Sea branch of monsoon which has been splitted after touching with the Western Ghat. Okay, now the Arabian Sea branch of monsoon reaches Mumbai at 10th June. Okay, approximately at 10th June, and after that it moves towards Saurashtra, Kutch, and central part of India. Okay, so firstly it reaches where Mumbai. Okay, which is out here. Firstly this which has diverted from the Western Ghat. Okay, it reaches Mumbai at almost approximately at 10th June. After that it moves towards Saurashtra, Kutch, and the other central part of the country. Okay, in this way it moves. Now let us understand the Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon, which comes from the eastern side. Okay, after crossing this Ghat, okay, the wind also blows over the Indian Ocean, and it enters the Bay of Bengal. After that it deflects towards the north. Now this wind which is coming from this side, okay, it blows upward, and during this process it carries the moisture from the Indian Ocean as well as from the Bay of Bengal. Okay, when it carries the moisture, the rain will be more. Okay, now when it reaches Assam, that is approximately during the first week of June, that time it gives the good amount of rainfall in Assam. Okay, after reaching Assam, the wind does not stop. Okay, it continuously moves. When it moves towards the eastern side, what happens? There is Purvachal out here, so it dashes with these and get reverse. Okay, and after that it dashes along with the Himalayas, and then finally it enters the northern plains. That means firstly it is blocked by the Purvachal, and when it gets diverted this side, that time the Himalayas does not allow to move towards the north. Okay, so it enters the northern plains of Ganga. Okay, Ganga plains, when it enters Ganga plains, that time it shed its rains. Okay, that means the rainfall is occurring in the month of June and July in the northern part of the country. Okay, now after that it merges with the western side of the wind. Okay, so these eastern wind and another one which is coming from the west, it gets merged out here. Okay, now after merging here, what happens when both the wind, when it merges here, it gives rains in the nearby region. Okay, this whole area will be covered at that time. Now it gives rain to every part of the north and northwestern side of the country, beside one place, that is Rajasthan. Rajasthan receives very little rainfall because here the Aravalli range lies which blocks the rain which comes from the eastern side. Okay, now this is the reason why the merging of the wind causes rainfall in the north and northwestern part of the country. Okay, now what are the states which receives rainfall out here? Punjab, Haryana, western part of Uttar Pradesh and eastern part of Rajasthan. Besides this, the Himachal, few rainfalls occur in Himachal and the northern region of India. Okay, so in this way the rainfall occurs and it covers the entire country. Okay, students, now let us understand about the withdrawal of monsoon. Okay, unlike the onset of monsoon, withdrawal of monsoon is a gradual process. Now when we talk about the onset of monsoon, you know that it takes very less time to cover the entire country. When it starts, it covers the entire country within a month or so, and it gives the rain to entire nation. Okay, but on the other hand side, if you see the withdrawal of monsoon, it is a gradual process. Okay, firstly it will go away from the northern side and slowly it get withdrawal. Okay, let us understand this. It begins to withdraw from the northwestern states of India by early September. That means this is the month when the withdrawal has started. Okay, that means from the northern and northwestern part of our country, you'll find that the rainfall has slowly get withdrawn. Okay, that means here the rainfall has stopped nowadays. Okay, this is the month of September and this is the exact time when the withdrawal season has started. Okay. By the mid-October, it withdraws completely from the northern half of the peninsula. That means if this is our peninsular India, okay, so from the northern part of the peninsular India, you will find that the rainy season has almost get withdrawn during the time of mid-October. Okay, now when we talk about December, okay, by December you will find that the monsoon get withdrawn from the whole of our country. So this December is the time when the country will receive zero rainfall. That means at that time the monsoonal rainfall will not be there. Okay, now let's talk about the monsoon in islands. When we talk about the monsoon in islands, islands are the first and the last to receive the rainfall by the monsoon. Okay, now the monsoon, it brings the rainfall, and you know that here what lies here? Here lies the island of our country, and what is the island? Lakshadweep Island. Okay, when this wind blows from here, obviously this island and here another island will receive the rain firstly. Okay, after that the country receives, and during the time of withdrawal also, at last the islands only will receive the last rainfall of the monsoon. Okay, so they are the first and the last one to receive the rainfall. Okay, now one more thing I would like to tell you that by the mid of October it withdraws completely from the northern half of the peninsula. Okay, from the northern half of the peninsula it gets withdrawn completely during the month of mid-October. You know that October is a time when there is a shift of ITCJ. I hope you remember what is ITCJ. Okay, ITCJ means the intertropical convergence zone. Okay, and this zone will shift towards the south. At that time it will attract the wind from the north. That means at this time the wind will go from the eastern side of our country and it will take away the moisture from the air. Okay, and it will shift it towards the south. That means it will withdraw the rain from the northern side of the country, which means that the monsoon will blow towards the south and slowly it get withdrawn. And this is the reason why it has completely withdraw the rain from the northern half of the peninsula. That means what I mean to say is that the wind which blows from the northeastern side of our country, which is a dry wind, okay, which will blow away the monsoonal rain from the northern half of the peninsula, okay, and it will make it completely dry, okay. So with this, I would like to end the session here only, and for now, I would like to provide you with some home assignment. Please note it down. Before I provide you with the home assignment, I would like to tell you that you should revise the concept once again, okay, the previous one and this one again. If you revise more and more, the concept will be very clear to you all, okay. So revising is very important, so you should revise the concept, okay. Now I am going to provide you with home assignment. Please note it down, okay. Okay students, so here is the home assignment for you all, okay. Please note it down. From page number 39, you are supposed to do question number 2. In this question number 2, you will find that there are certain questions for which you have to give the answers briefly, okay. So there are altogether 7 questions. Out of 7, you choose any 3 which is related to the topic which we have already discussed. Okay, so those 3 questions you can solve and you can send it in my WhatsApp number. These questions you are going to write briefly and in your own word. Okay. Okay, students. So with this, I would like to take a leave from the session. You all take care. Stay safe. Thank you.